There's not much I can do with it. ES jammed upwards. Okay, it's shown some type of... Okay. Waited 8 long months. Down. Down, 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 down. I want to trade only my setups. I want to trade only my fucking setups. That's what I want to fucking do, boys. That's what I want to fucking do. Only my setups. What is this? This is not my setup. I would not go short. I can't. I want to go short. I can't. I can't. Life away. And insecurities now and na 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 na. Control key now and na 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 na. Tell me I'm knowing where to go. Ooh, trying to get out of here. Into my mistake. Ooh, gotta get out of here. Begging you to be my escape. Alone now. To get there. Alright, so what I would do, what I can do, is go short. If this folds over, I'm going short. But, and that would be an end of trend breakout protecting free space of 2. That is one of my setups. That's all I can do. Ooh, gotta get out of here. Oh my gosh. Wild. Wild. In crude oil, be my escape. Da 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 na 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 na. Da na 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 na. Our own humanity is reckoning. It's somewhat bullish right now on crude oil. I think it's going to break this high that it jumped from. I don't think it will range again, and it's faking like it will range again. I would take longs, but that's an anti-breakout in trend range. This is not the time to take an anti-breakout. You can't do that because I've determined that I can only take anti-breakouts in trend. I totally think it'll work. This is gay and lame and sucks. Breakout and trend squash is the only other one. Nothing. I can't do anything about that. Let's look at soybean oil. We only got a little bit left here. Alright. It's looking at that low. Let's see if we got a push here. Can we do it? Can we do anything about that? No. That's not a breakout in trend. No, bro. We regret those things we do. Will save my own skin. So are you. Oh, how we regret those. All right, I haven't seen gold for a while. Gold jammed from there. Oh yeah, my short definitely lost. Wow. Interesting. When I awake, every hit we take, feeling that I am haven't missed you yet.
Every roommate kept awake by every sign.
Seem we made
All the
feelings that I get.
but I
Just can't miss you yet.
only when I stop to think about it.
I totally think it's going down. What can I do?
Hate everything about you.
Why do I love you? I hate everything about you. Love you. No, 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 no. I think gold's falling, but we'll see. Time we lie awake.
After
Every hit we take.
every feeling,
I'm looking for breakouts to the upside too.
but I haven't missed you.
It's not there yet. I'd have to wait for this next 15-minute bar, maybe. Free space is not needed when breakout entrance squashed. Free space is not needed. Hate everything about you. Do I love you? Hate everything about you. Do I? 76.75. We going short. 76.75. 78.75. It's just a 2-point zone there. One contract? Really? Fine. Why do I love you? Do I love you? Hate everything about you. All right, so I want to see ES volume. There you go. And we'd be short at this double top, basically. There's quite a bit of volume there, so I'm hoping that it'll still remain some volume. We'll see. I want to see gold volume. Gold volume's heavy on top. It could range back down to 75. Totally. It could range back down to 75 here. Or 70. Yeah, 75s, dude. That's why I'm short biased on gold right now. But we'll see. I don't know. Crude oil. Crude oil has gotten rejected. It's trying to range again. I can't believe it. 3 times right here. It's just... wow. It's just wow. Kind of. I'd go long right now on gold or crude oil, but I'm trying to forget about my trading every single fucking thing that I see. I'd be long biased, dude. I would be long biased right now. On crude oil. It looks so good. That's a breakout in trend. It's up, it's down, it's breakout in trend squash, but it's so... there's just a lot of bars around here, man. I'm just saying that there's a lot of bars here. That's all. but it's technically that. That's what we'd do. We're in oil. We're in oil. We are in oil for a breakout intro and squash. I don't know if I'm going to continue this setup because I can't really determine it definitive enough. I don't know how to make it super definitive. Like, okay, this is unarguable, my setup, you know. I don't know how to make it that way. Because it goes up, it comes down less, and then it starts turning upwards, and that's a breakout in-trend squash. That's what it is. That's a breakout in-trend squash right now. That's what it looks like. 0.11, 0.11. So 110 times 2 is 8.8 apples risk right now. 8.8 apples risk. I was just going to go for 1.25R break extremity. I don't really know. This is CL long. This is yes to my setup. This is position sizings. No, I think. Yeah, no. 1259 entry 8057. How to trade is yet to be determined. My stop losses needs to be at this low 12. I'm out at 12. My target would be up here at this high, which would be 37, way up there. Our risk is pretty much the same as our reward. 37 to 22. I mean, 150 bucks times 2. Oops. About 12 apples reward if we get it. Oh, positive 12 apples reward. What, you want me to trail? No, I'm not trailing. Or sorry, I'm not moving my target further away. I'm not interested in it. Not interested. I don't know where it's going at all. I mean, I can check volume right now. Let's check volume on CL. So if this wants to rally, where's it going? There's a huge breakout to the upside. I mean, there's a big volume cluster in this general area. A lot of volatility up there. And it's brushed up against it and it's gotten rejected. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth holding on to. Maybe you could hold on to it all the way up here. That's probably a dream come true target. That's where I should probably put my target. Honestly. That's my dream come true target. All right, 48 should be my target then. Based on volume chunk. Start of the volume. And I just have to remember to trail my stop because it's very, very unlikely to hit target here. Very unlikely to hit target. It's gotten 0.5R here. Can't trail stop yet. Oops. Yeah, that's what it is right now. When you are with me, I'm free. I don't care leave. Yeah, we are long oil right now. Not much. I don't know. I mean, we're asking for it not to range, and it's kind of done that. It's kind of it's faked like it's going down, but it hasn't since broken out of this range yet. It's certainly in a range, and we are long inside of a range. All right. GC keeps looking like it's gonna turn downwards, and it keeps getting messed up. until it actually turns down with some free space that it creates, I will not go short. I can't. I'm trying to do my setups. But I've learned my setups need to be a little bit more definitive. I still think it's short up here, but as far as never mind. That's a buy on the ES. We're in long. We are in long, my friend. We are in long right now. That's a long. That's a breakout in trend squash right now. That is a long, my friend. So we are in long ES right now. We're long ES and CL at the same time. It's a 15-minute. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of volume packing at that double top on the ES. It's just packed there, bro. So, and it's running towards it right now. So I understand that I'm basically in, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what'll happen at that high if we get there. But my stop loss needs to be at 72.25. That's all I know. And that's only risking 1, 2, 3. That's only risking 3 points. Call it 3.25. Call it 3.25. That's $163. My position sizing is excellent on that one. 6.5 apples. Really good position sizing because we're risking 8.8 on crude oil. This is ES long. 3.25. Looks like I'm getting messed on this one, bro. Oh my gosh, absolutely rejected. Good position sizing though. The setup I think was great. I think it was a 15-minute breakout intrant squash. E-score of 2, it looks like 1.75 maybe. 1.75. I thought it was great. And it just gets rejected, huh? Yeah, does not look good. Yep. My target would be at the high. Yeah, basically at the high. I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know where my target would be at. I haven't set it. Let's see. Crude oil has jumped. It has gotten to 1R. You should trail your stop to 67.22, and you're about to get stopped then. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what it is. What time frame was crude oil on? I think it was on the 3-minute. Yep, 3-minute. Yeah. So if it goes down anymore, I'm out of here. We got oops. This was a 3-minute breakout in trend. Squash. E-score of 1. We just lost on ES, negative 6.5 apples. Good position sizing, but clearly it broke. I mean, it broke so quickly, honestly. If you look at ES. Man, just right away. Just right away broke. I would still take a long if and try this again if it wants to go towards that high again. That one broke. But we would take longs here. We would. But I don't want to turn one loss into 2 losses. So we're going to wait. We're just going to wait. That's all. Proximal line because it went 1R. Proximal 1R. Moving 8.8 apples to 0 apples risk now on crude oil. Good. Yes. Yes. Good. Very well. Soybean oil is about to close. Let's see what happens. Did it break that low? What? Really? I totally think it's gonna break, dude. Really? It's gotta snap, dude. It's gotta snap. Doesn't matter, dude. Doesn't matter. It's not one of my setups. Doesn't freaking matter. I can't short that. I can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. So I'm just gonna leave that close. Crude oil is still trying to break this high. I mean, it basically has to break the high. If it goes down at all, I'm out. So we're very close. I was thinking it can. I mean, how many times does it have to hit the same line without breaking? I don't get it. Really, like, I don't get when it'll break. Does it? How is it still holding on? It just is. It just is. That's what it is. It's just still holding. Our targets are further up. Our target's at 48. Oops. 48, way up here. That's where I'm at. Based on the volume chunk. Based on there's a chunk of volume up here. It's like, all right, well, that's probably where it wants to go. But it has significant free space to move. I'm about to get stopped here. One tick away. And I'm out. I'm out. Just like that. Lost nothing. But still, that sucks. I just can't believe it didn't actually break. Whatever. Unbelievable. Just a range machine. Range machine. Now I feel like I'm bearish on it, but there's nothing I can do except breakout in trend. Sorry, breakout end of trend. This is really not that good of an uptrend though. Whatever. Whatever. I gotta do less bars on the chart. That just makes it more simple. We'll see. The 15-minute might happen. Gold. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for gold. All right. That's enough for me. That's good with me. I'm good with that. How much is this? One. You can do one of them then. One at this low. 80.5. I'd be in short on gold. 80.5 I'd be in short gold. If it were to turn down. Is this really free space? No. Fuck this. Because if I look back on this, like, bro, I get what you're trying to do, but this is not free space. There's not much of a movement down. It's trying, but it's just not there yet. You have to wait for it to be an actual move and then get in. It's trying. ES, it's still just conglomeration. That looks like it's going down, bro. It certainly does. Is there anything I can do about that? I know it's in trend. No, the trend's up. Yeah, the trend's up, dude. So there's no shorting this breakout. I mean, you could consider it. It's pushing down, and then this is a retracement. You could consider that. That's pretty ballsy to consider, to be honest with you, but like, would I be disappointed that I took this? That's definitely not a setup. Cannot do that. All right, crude oil wants to stop me out and then go up. Sick, dude. Tight, bruh. Tight, bruh. It's only at 1 hour right now, but that would have helped us out. As far as I'm concerned, I get what this breakout is, but it's just it's not really protecting free space, dude. Where's the free space? There is none. That's not a breakout. I can't do that. I'll still track it because it is a trade that I was in. And that's going, man. I can't do anything about that. I don't like buying on the high. Alright, gold. It's popped up. Hasn't broken that low. Yeah, I can't do a thing. What is the most agreeable price on gold? Most agreeable price is where it is now. And it could launch down to 75 where there is a lot of volume. But really, I mean, it's in two halves. It's a two hemisphere world up here and down there. And it's certainly chosen up here it looks like for the remainder of the day. Maybe in the overnight it can get pushed down. So right now, as far as opportunities go, at most you can ask to rotate down to 75s, which is, it could happen. It could happen. Or it could extend the day. It could. Yep. It is very bullish, and it's an uptrend line. There it is, definitely a trend line right there. So, as far as shorts go, only thing I can do is look for free space down, and there is nothing, man. Nothing. Crude oil is jamming. I'm going to let that jam. Jam without me. Let he smile, oh, and never meant to break. And soybean oil breaks. Nice job. That's a buy on bean oil. Bean oil, but it's got 4 minutes until it's end, so I can't trade it. Crude oil's going. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think there's a lot of selling up here, but because it's heading right into a chunk of volume. It is leaping. It is leaping right into it. I would condense this towards here and here. But it really does extend further out. That's where it's heading, I think. Leaping from 60 this volume to this volume. That's where it's going, I think. Just makes sense to me. All right. Yeah, 50s are probably a great target for people. I would not be short until 50s. This is an uptrend, my friend. Uptrend, my friend. So I will be going long. I'll be going long if this wants to turn down and form a comeback bar, signaling that, oh, let's go short. This is the top of the move. Right when that happens, I want to go in long. Not sure if it'll work, of course, but that's what I want to do. Whoa, never meant to break. This low 30, I'd get in at 30. See how? I'd get in at 30, man. But that's expiring in a minute and a half. It has to turn red. It's gotta turn red to get me in. It's gots to turn red to get me involved. Right when we see the momentum push lower. That's what we want. Right now we're down about $250. Which sucks. About 1 minute left. This is getting comeback bar prevention right now. All right. Whoa, we were never meant to break. Whoa, this thing's going, man. I want to go long on ES, but I can't yet. It's really not much I can do. It's gone up, it's come down, it's starting to curl back up to continue this uptrend. It could be a trap because there is volume at the double top. Or not a double top, but you know, there is a conglomeration up there for sure. There's definitely something there. We've got a good push, some good solid free space right at the high. This is good, in my opinion, to go long, except I can't because there's just not a setup for me. I'm going to have to wait. I do think it's going to rally, and it could attack that high, the high of day. I think that's the high of day. I don't know if it's Globex. Yeah, it is high of day. Certainly high of day. Gold's just looking bullish. Not much. Not much we can do about that. Okay. I could see that happening. Nah. I don't know if I could be able to do that. But that is a breakout, bro. That's a breakout. We're going to go long on GC. We're going to go long on GC because it's technically a breakout. It is. It's what it is. I'm in long more. That's what it looks like to me. This is zone number 8059. 30-minute. This is a 30-minute. Hold on. That's what it looks like, dude. I could be trapped. Yeah, that's true. I could be. I would just get out at the extremity. I would just get out at this high, which is a 0.75 R. Wow, that's gonna be the first time in a long time. We should be in. We're in long on crude oil. So we went long on GC. Oh, shoot. Oil shouldn't be in long. I'm out. Just because Sorry, I let the thing expire. It's not an anti-breakout anymore. It's not a comeback bar. It did not print red. So I'm glad I got out of that somehow, some way. Just let it be. I think it could work. Yeah, it could probably work, but it's not a setup, and I would regret that. That's protocol for me. Gold, dude, you got to place your stop. Why didn't you have your stop in place yet? I don't know. I was just recording it in my ledger, so well, place your stop now then. Your stop should be at 80.5. You got way too much risk on this. You got way too much risk. There's a position sizing alert here. That's $300 and you doubled it. So that's $600 risk right now, just saying. Roger that. I see that. I'm going to limit that right now. I'm going to do my best I can to limit that. I didn't realize it was so freaking large. But hiddenly I'm happy. My target is that high. I'm not going any more than that high, so I'm not asking very much. 85 to 83.2. That's 1.8, right? 2.8? 85 minus 83.2. I don't know why I can't do this. 1.8. So $180 times 2. That's $360. 14.4 Apple reward at 0.75 R. Do you want to leave that go? Do you want to leave it go and run? I wasn't planning on it, dude. But I'll move it. Hey, I'll move it to 1R. I'll move it to 1R. Sounds good. I'll move it to 1R. Target set at 1R, which is 86.2, which is a little bit better. A lot more profit if we get there. So 86.2 minus, dude, you got to limit your stop. I know. I'm just counting right now. 83.2. You got to limit your risk right now. 3, because you have a filthy risk right now. 24 apples worth of risk right now. That's a lot of freaking apples, bro. $600, 25. That's 24 apple victory at 1R. Positive 24 apples if it goes to 1R. Target set at 1R because a bit past extremity break. The extremity break is, this is a 30-minute breakout, in-trend squash, E-score, the extremities at 0.75 R. So I'm actually asking for it to go past the extremity, which is a little bit much, bro. Just a little bit much. Position sizing's a straight up bad thing right now. Straight up bad. Really bad. So you got to figure that out right now. Well, 24 apples risk. It's gone 0.25 R. It really hasn't gone actually that much. It looks great. It's at 0.5 R now. 0.5 R. Look, you got to limit risk, bro. All right, fine. I'm dragging stop to 50% risk box. 50% risk box, which is about that open. That's what's going to happen. Open is 82.2. I'm out at 82.2. And that sucks if that gets hit. That sucks. You didn't have to trail stop so much if you didn't have so much size on, but you do. You have so much size on. And you didn't measure it before entry. And you just gunslinged it. That's why. But I appreciate how you're trading though. As far as everything else goes, that's great. The setup was great. Even if it loses, it's a great setup. 0.75 R. It's attacking that high. It's broken that high. Extremity's broken here. Scratch that. E-score is 5. I thought it was 0.75. The extremity was only 0.5 R away. So 1 R is a little bit much. That's all I'm saying. That's all. But that's fine, man. It's gone 0.75 R. I have trailed stopped there. I could trail stop a little bit more if you want. No, that's good, bro. That's good. Where's your risk now? Risk is 1 point, so it's only 1 point of risk. So I'm risking $200 right now. So it's gone from 24.4 apples because it's gone 0.5 R from 24 apples risk to 8 apples risk, which is really nice. It's a good thing. I don't know if it's going to just stay bold like this as it is right now, or it's going to come right back into range, because right now it's in no man's land as far as volume is concerned. It's creating its own right now. It's at new highs. There's no kind of regard to where it can go. It's at a literal new high. It's at all-time high. I'm pretty sure this is all-time high. Pretty sure. Yeah, this is way fucking all-time high. This might end very bullish, but I'd be happy with a 1R. Why am I getting out at a 1R, my friend? Because I don't fucking know what'll happen. I have no basis of going off of this. All I can do is trail my stop, and gold primarily diminishes volatility in the afternoon. It's a thing. Gold sinks in the afternoon. It does not become more volatile. Only on Fed days. Maybe Fed days at afternoon. This is a normal day, I'm pretty sure. So, I'm trailed my stop. I can get just break even right now if I wanted to. I'm not doing that. I trailed at the open. I'm giving this a decent chance of hitting target or stop. It's about a 50-50 chance right now. It is what it is. Let's go to ES. ES looks like it wants to rally. There we go. Okay, so this is a breakout. It's really sloppy though. It's so fucking freaking sloppy. It's sloppy, dude. You need less bars than this. If I got in every breakout with all these damn bars, I'd be taking a lot of trades, but I do think that's going to work. I think that's running towards that high right now. We know the afternoon claims daily high. 46% of the time. So half the time. Half the time the afternoon claims it, which is I don't know if I measured power hour or 1 p.m. I don't know if it was 2 p.m. or 1 p.m., but I think I started at 1 p.m. So basically, we got a good chance. I think it's a good chance of breaking this high. I couldn't have it. I don't have any freaking setup. Trying to be accurate. All right, crude oil's just gotten pounced. That's interesting. That's bearish, bro. That's really bearish, actually. I'm waiting for it to come up maybe a little bit and then drop, and I'll sell short at the lows for it to slice right on through this range. There's a lot of range here. It's ranged back and forth many times here in this little box, and I think that it can slice through it. Whoa, never meant to break. And the setup would be a breakout in trend squash, except for the fact that it's sloppy, dude. There's so many bars. Gold is trying. It's trying. Gold is trying really close right now. We've got to trail stop here. We should trail it to 0.25 R now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trail it to 0.25 R. Just slightly under, which is completely arbitrary. I'm so close to target now, actually. I'm just trailing it to break even. Oh, fudge. I'm just trailing it to break even. Super close to target now. Darn it. No, there's nothing I can do. 83.4 needs to be my stop. 83.4. That is what it is, bro. I'm so close to target. If it doesn't hit target and comes back down, that sucks. That seriously sucks. It'd be like that. It does. It does. I moved stop to proximal when it went to 0.75 R because there's no point. Because my target's at 1 R. There's no point in risking right now. There's no point in risking money. It went from 8 apples risk to 0. I have a... If it hits target, it's 24 apples. Which is good. That would help a lot if it hits. Alright. Let's go to crude oil. I'm waiting to short this. Is it doing it? No. Oh my gosh. It's going up more. I'm not sure about oil at this point. As far as I'm concerned, I would not go for any extremities to break. I would just go for very, very small targets. And in that case, it's really not worth the risk. Unless a good setup appears, and it just doesn't seem like it will. The trend's up, but it's just not, it's just very, very rangy. I can't, it's not clean, dude. It's not clean. 60-minute might be clean. That's clean. Because there's less bars. Less bars, the better. Just like the 30 minute on gold. That was few bars, dude. That was very less bars, and it created a breakout. Green bar comes back, taps the open, breaks the high. That's where we want to be. Our stop loss is at that entry bar low. That's exactly a breakout. It's right next to the high. That's what we want. It's probably too close to the high, to be honest. I'd rather have it down here. But that is a breakout in trend squash. That is the setup. ES. Just jumping back and forth between ES, gold, and crude oil. I think crude oil is turning off soon, and this is probably the last trade for me on gold. So ES is going to probably be the afternoon. It's halfway. It's about to break. I think it's going to break this high. We'll see. There's a lot of volume at this double top on ES, which is interesting to see. See what happens here. Not a lot, but there's definitely some shit going on here. And actually, the breakout line is not the high. The breakout line is right here. This is where the stops are, I think. It tapped that twice, and it's touched it, and it got rejected just now. It's about to break out. It's about to break out of that line, and there's no volume above it. That's the breakout line, in my opinion, for the high to break. But I've seen in-between lands, the in-between between highs and highs. Man, that shit goes crazy sometimes. This is not a trade for me. Unfortunately, I want to, but it's not. Nothing I can do right now. Gold's still so close to target. So close to target. I got a feeling like it won't hit. Man, oh man. We got a slightly more probability of hitting target than stop, just based on where it is. If it's 1 R away from target, 1 R away from stop, that's a 50-50, but it's not. It's a little bit more towards target. All right, crude oil's now chosen down. Okay. Holy crap. That's a breakout. That, my friend, is a breakout. 13, did that just happen? It did just happen. Uh-oh. Wow. Interesting. At this low, I'd be in short at this low. 13s. I'd be in short at 13s. I would be. Based on this 15 minute chart. That's a breakout going towards this low in a downtrend. Oh man, gold's getting rejected. Freaking A. Come on, gold. Just one more push, bro. One more push without coming down. Couldn't do it? You couldn't handle it, huh? You got so close. But you might not be able to handle it, huh? That sucks. That's tough, man. Well, we're risk-free. We tried. Risk-free. We did try. We did our best. I did my best to raise my target. Usually I have too small of target when it goes way further than I really thought. And that's what I'm doing. Having a target further than I think. And that's the purpose of the trail stop too. Big deal. Huge deal. Huge deal. It's got 5 minutes to break. To break this low, mate. To break this low. Doesn't want to. Holy smokes. Whoa, we were never meant to break.
A professional gambler at one time she wrote a book about betting and losing, how losing is a good thing. And of course we think taking losses is a good thing as well. And usually when I listen to Howard Marks, about 50% of what I read from Howard is I could sort of like select, copy, paste, put it into a tweet, and it sounds just like a trend follower, a risk manager like us. And I did that on that particular podcast with her. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But with Munger, it's like 5%. You know, I have to parse the sentences almost to get some investing wisdom out of what he says. You know, it's really difficult. He's great at his strategy, and I think we're pretty good at our strategy as well.
Yeah, he strikes me as like so really good. Same with Buffett too. Just very good.
Their ES rips. Wow.
Sound business.
Wow.
How to
Look at that.
negotiate
Nice trade.
deals. I've heard that.
I did not. I wasn't in
I've
it.
seen stories about Warren Buffett.
Not in it.
You know, he's some nice old man, but he's on the phone all weekend negotiating a deal point, and he's just a dog on a bone. He's very, very meticulous and ruthless with these things that don't make the rounds as a part of his personality on TV and in conversations. People just think he's just a great stock picker. But yeah, maybe he is, but he's got other skills too, and maybe Munger does as well. Where hey, they're not logging into Schwab, typing in tickers and buying stocks. They do things other ways. They got some other skills that you don't have. Very, very, very good business people.
We're so just contaminated by as Americans and as our, given the amount of time we've been on this planet, we're more contaminated than you, because I'm older than you. But I need to tell you, we cannot get away from the normal conversation surrounding equity markets. It's everywhere, and everybody kind of says the same thing. And I feel like for CTAs, for trend followers, who started out in futures with currencies, commodities, stock indexes, and interest rate futures, I feel like we got that down, and we trade all those markets, and we trade most of them. We look at liquidity, we look at this diversification, and then we just do these trend following trades, and we don't think two things about it. Now, maybe if we talk to an expert in currencies and told him what we did, that can make us feel bad, or a bond expert. But we looked pretty damn experty last year, didn't we? Short those bonds. We looked real experty. However, when it comes to stocks, I feel like there's so much more unsolicited information. You don't even have to talk to an expert. You just hear it every single day with your friends or CNBC or whatever. And I start looking to put these stocks in my portfolio based upon their diversification qualities and what these companies do, not knowing anything else about them. And so you've seen me do this, buy. And you're like, what the hell? Where did he come up with these stocks? And I'm just telling you, it's just like cocoa. I know nothing about it.
All right.
And I think
We got a short on ES lining up soon.
I don't talk to cocoa experts all the time. And so I don't even think.
Just
about
wait.
Dude, you don't know jack shit about cocoa. Yeah, but look at all this money I've made. But then when you buy these stocks, though, you're like, there are people out there who know about the stock, and they're not buying it because they say it's overvalued, or they are buying it, or they bought it a long time ago. And you mean to tell me you really think you put this thing in your portfolio, it hits the breakout, and you go long? You really think? And I'm like, yeah, I really do think. I really do think I'm going to.
Darn it. It's lining up for a long, bro, not a short.
We are influenced so heavily by the 99% that don't do it this way, describe stock trading in a different way. When I get with my friends who are just friends, who are not in the business, they ask me, I'm tempted to say, hell, I made a lot of money in this particular stock.
No, I can't do that.
No. Because, I don't know anything about this company.
Can't do anything.
I'm going to go, what's wrong with you? How can you make money and you don't know anything? It's kind of funny. What do you think?
I think that's a great way to end. How do you make money and not know anything?
That's right. Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference, though. With all the other markets, it doesn't seem to bother the CTAs very much. With stocks, I think it really bothers them, and they're like paralyzed because I'm taunting them all the time. Trade stocks, and they have no interest, and they just keep going with their little indexes. And but I'm just saying, you can't have it both ways. If you feel bad about trading stocks that you know nothing about, you should feel bad about all those other markets because you don't know anything about them as well, or vice versa. Suck it up, put them in your portfolio, trend follow them. It's just be 100%. You don't know anything about anything. I bet a lot of them too, though, would add fundamental information to the trend following, and that would just be a total disaster.
I found out that it's already happening in their selection.
It's already happening.
Yep.
Already
Absolutely.
happening. Yeah.
People are too
Let's
smart.
talk about that next time. Too much information, too smart. How do people handle equities? Yeah.
That's going to be the name of this episode. How do you make money and not know anything? That's it right now.
That's right.
That's too
Wow. That's great for our resume. That's just fantastic.
Oh, man. Well, this was lovely. I want to get back on the weekly schedule again. If
I feel like we're like the Aaron Rodgers and what's that guy he's always with on a podcast?
AJ Hawk.
The cut off shirt.
he was
AJ Hawk.
punter.
He's a punter.
Oh, McAfee.
Manning's punter. Pat something? I don't know.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
McAfee.
Yep.
I feel like.
Yep, I can see that.
Am I McAfee or am I Rodgers? I don't know.
No, okay, we're length them, but we're not.
We're in long crude oil.
Okay, that's probably safer. We're not that. All right, good to be with you. Have a
You
good
too.
week.
You too as well. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.
See you next week.
We're in long crude oil because it's a breakout looking at the high, and we qualified it as an uptrend, but I don't know. My risk is at 15. I'm out at 15. Clearly didn't work. If it happens, 27 to 15, that's 12. That's $120 risk. That's not horrible. That's really not horrible. 4.8 apples risk. I like it. I like that a lot. The position sizing's excellent. The trade might have not been good on that one. Yeah, I mean, check that one. 1348. 8060 zone number. Is that right? Yes, it is. Yes. We'll see. Position sizing's great. The 5 minute, I would add if it breaks a high. 5 minute breakout in trend squash. That's what I'm qualifying it as. Not necessarily true. Not necessarily a good one. And it looks like it's bad too. Not protected free space. It's gone 0. And I would say premature. I pulled the trigger without it breaking the high. And it actually never broke that high, so that sucks. And I'm just going to have to ride that one out. I am looking at ES. Oh, wow. Never mind. I'm looking at it pulling back and then going long around here. Based on this time frame, there's a little bit of a holding zone outside local distal line, and I'd like that, but we'll see. Gold is still struggling, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of in the middle between my target at 1R and my stop loss at break even, proximal line. I don't know what'll happen. Crude oil looks like it's going to break lower. In that case, I'm out of here. And honestly, I would like to go short if that's the case. But in other words, dude, I might just be wrong. I might just be wrong for trying to break out any freaking thing on oil right now. I would just take the anti-breakouts on all of them, but that's not my setup. So I think I'm just not going to trade oil because it's just, I think it's just going to range, man. It's not actually going to break out anywhere. We'll see. We'll see. I got to look at ES. ES is the one that I'm waiting on. And here we go. We're going to get in here 76.75, 76.75 on ES. 76.50. Yeah, that's great with me, man. 74 flat is my stop. That's where I'd be in. Let it come down. That's great with me on the 5 minute. Oh, great anti-breakout too. I hope I can get in. I hope I can. The arrival is looking like it's a top, which is what I want. It tempts bears in. But what do I know? What do I know? I don't know.
All right, we are back. Mike and Jerry once again. September 29th, Friday. Episode 12. It's been a long hiatus. We had some busy summers, vacations and just regular busyness that kept us from recording one sooner. But here we are. Gary, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah, we've been really busy and working and vacationing, but people love these podcasts. Of course, Oleg, who's the president of my fan club, he loves them, of course. But I think a lot of people like them, and about the time I think that we don't need another podcast. I see one that's new, fresh, that I'm like, oh, that's a really good addition. So I think this one has a big edge and advantage because we're friends and worked together for a while, and we have fun. And it's just two different people. Spaces is different, podcasts are different, this is different. And I was on one yesterday that was absolutely amazing. It was like 10 people grilling me and asking me questions. And they were asking me rude questions too. Questions that, not rude, but kind of like, why do you do this? And I had to really be on my game to justify it. So, yeah, it's good to get back and do our little unique thing. But what's on your agenda for today?
To piggyback off that, I've been in the spring. The band Blink 182 got back together. You know who they are?
No, but I saw these ridiculous tweets from you about I'm glad to be alive.
Oh, this is great.
Now life is great. All this silliness about some stupid band. What is this band? Do I need to listen to them? Are they as good as?
Yeah. I don't think you'd really like it too much. Blink 182 started in the 90s, and they're a punk rock band. And then it became they got more catchy. They became a really good punk band. And when you become really good and catchy, then you're starting to get labeled as like pop punk. So the hardcore punk people at the time in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where you listen to it, you know exactly what it is. It's very fast-paced, like high energy, and it's not really like great music, to be honest with you. It's just like a lot of angst, a lot of yelling, and just like verbal diarrhea, and it's just not catchy, right? It doesn't get to the mainstream because not a lot of people like it. It's like for a specific group. But they were really good, and more and more people outside of punk started to like them. So naturally, the punk hardcore people were like, these guys, they sold out. I don't know, they're not punk. They're not like us. So I started to, think about that, and I started to think, well, one, I had, since the band got back together and they're doing a new album now, I saw them at the Barclays Center in the spring, and it was just like amazing. I'm brought right back to 1999 when I'm 15 years old, and it's just, this is great, like so much fun. And Marissa's there with me, and she knows them, but it doesn't hit her the same way. And like, this is just amazing. Like I feel like a kid again. This is awesome. And she doesn't get it, so then I started to, go down the rabbit hole, like listen to a lot of interviews with these guys, and there was a good documentary on one of the lead guitarists, Tom DeLonge. He had a documentary called The Pursuit of Tone, and it was just him being a musician, like how he came to write these songs, make up these riffs, and I don't know anything about that stuff. And it's just like, wow, that's so fun. I'm more
notes that we've been making for a few weeks now. The last signal we had that I've published into the E-mini S&P Facebook groups was a signal I'm on SBY. In that post, I mentioned that the last time we touched the stop line was back in April. And
Gold's close. Close to hitting target. ES, I'm still going to be long from here, and it's a bit of a, it's, I don't know, it's not the best setup. But it is a setup, so.
France. So you never know where I'm going to show up with and meet up with our little underground cult ideologues. But why don't you tell everyone what we have planned in Australia next month?
Hello, everyone. Look, so what we're doing,
It's late, slower than most people, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, he goes on to say, because of this sort of bad luck and the headlines that this 70-some% performance would have gotten, you know, people would have really thought, wow, what a great trader. But he's basically just trading an inferior system, and it happened to work a lot better over this one particular year. And I think
We got out in gold.
In the turtle class back in Chicago in the 80s.
That's awesome.
This was one of the main points that they would bring up was the impact of risk, of luck, and how long you can go seemingly with underperforming, and it only being due to poor luck and overperforming. And I've said a lot on this
Nice.
spaces.
Nice
that
job.
It's shocking how long a bad idea can look good, and vice versa, how bad a good idea can look. And so I think
That was,
this a really good point that he made.
24
that
apples.
we have to look at the back test.
We are
And I think that's the
positive
most
like
important
$150, dude.
is
Not good.
this
We're
robust
about
back
positive
test.
5 apples.
And you know, even with his example of so many things to choose from and so many things that you can optimize, I don't ever discount adding more and more things like wall management, correlation management, dynamic position sizing, and all the other things that looks like gets added to these systems these in managed futures. I don't think just because there's a lot of, if you just stick with classic, that you may
Wow.
be surprised at how many things you can optimize. I don't think it is an excuse to sort of optimize even more. But I did enjoy that article. Does anybody want to comment on that?
I want to only say that, and I have mentioned before that there is an old Russian saying that there is a better to lose something with smart friend than to find something with a dumb one. So it means that for our situation, that it's better do the right. So I only mean that, okay, I only mean that, and we all know this, I think, nothing new, that we have do the right thing, do the hard thing, is a perfect formula, because in the long term, we will be, like Jerry said, do what computer says will make you the most profit. I think so. So a lot of system, especially short-term system and real-term system, they look good in a period of 1 or 2 years, but not all of them are really as good as they can be looking for 1 or 2 years, because and probably 3 years. As I remember, Niels said once that 1, 2, 3, and not more, as usual. It looks better maybe than our system, and I agree with this, because people must understand such a thing as a hidden risk, and it's very important because when something happened, people began to understand that the risk was there. And it's better to understand this before something happened. And I love our trend following system, because there are no hidden risk in classical trend following system. There is no hidden risk at all.
How are you, Moritz?
I was just smiling at the very beginning when Jerry, I think, said, we're not dangerous. That's right, we're not dangerous. We are endangered. That's the thing. There isn't that many of us left doing it that way. So yeah, endangered.
Should we call
species.
ourselves the Tarkahis? Do you think we should call ourselves the Tarkahis, Moritz?
Yeah, exactly. That lovely, chubby little bird that just makes it very resilient. Love that bird. And it looks much better than the kiwi anyways, I think. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody in Sydney. We add that to the list of cities where we hang out. As Jerry mentioned, we've met a couple of times, also in New York, by the way, together with Niels, where we had an event, I think 4 or 5 years ago, with a bunch of people interested in systematic trading for a weekend. Chicago, had a dinner there. By the way, I really miss your the Richmond office of Chesapeake. That was really, really nice. I had a great week. Performance-wise, up and down. The week started a little bit down, and then yesterday was a big turnaround day, where all of a sudden, sometimes this is so beautiful. Everything works at exactly the same time. Yesterday was one of these days where, you look at the P&L, it's kind of like, wow, this was big. So yesterday was good, up for the month now, and let's see what today brings. With regards to Michael Harris, I guess we'll touch on that as the space progresses. I'm very keen to touch on some of the
I have to
points
cancel
that you
my
mentioned
entry
with
now.
respect to, like,
It
shoppers
jammed.
or,
It jammed without
adding
me.
more markets,
Without me.
leads to reducing
And I want to be in
return
that.
reduction or raw
I don't
return
want the
reduction.
sloppy
I
seconds.
really don't agree with that, but I guess we'll get into this as we continue.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did want to bring that up, and I think that I needed to have a more nuanced response to that sharp trend following and sharp. And I
It's still worthy, though.
That the sharp will definitely improve the more markets we add. Although I don't target that, it's an accident. It's a welcome accident and I think that's kind of the main benefit of you can trade a bit larger. I think that's sort of just Money Management 101, if you trade 20 markets, you have to trade smaller than if you trade 120. That's kind of it's kind of the issue, kind of like issue number one with systematic trading is that you want to trade systematically and rules-based and trends, so you can start adding all of these markets, and you don't have to be an expert and a fundamental expert. And so you can go beyond a few stocks with the S&P and start adding more and more, and then you sort of start sizing them smaller and smaller. But then at some point you realize, I can either increase my leverage to get the same return with a lower drawdown, with the same drawdown, or I can keep my leverage the same and just have a lower drawdown. And so that's a beautiful choice that we get to make as we increase our diversification. And certainly with adding more and more markets and this big, huge fundamental principle that we multiply the number of markets by 10 to 15%. I never, etched in my mind is Richard saying, I think it might be 13.
80-47,
I'm never going to forget that for as long as I live. How critical is that for me? Is it 10? Is it 13? Is it whatever it's going to be? If I trade 300 or 30 markets, I multiply that number by 10% to get a possible average outlier, and I'm going to be able to smooth out my returns each year. The more markets I trade, I'm not going to have. I'm going to reduce the ability to have this unlucky period where I may have zero outliers, especially if I trade.
We're in short
10 or 20 or 50 markets
on oil.
Easily happen, and so now, however, I guess one of my
this is for a breakout attacking the low
has been that it doesn't.
I don't know if it will because it's late in the day. That's all.
Risk of capital and of losing money, and I think that I needed to moderate that point of view because I think that it can, and I think it can for trend following. It doesn't for me because of one critical factor, and I can't see a way around this. So if you only trend follow, or if you trend follow like managed futures, absolutely Sharp is a problem. Plus, they're the only ones with these marketing departments. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but my marketing department is pretty small. And whoever claimed to be in this marketing department has multiple jobs and that are not associated with marketing, let's say. So maybe, okay, so if you're using current AUM as your trade level and to size your trades every single day, then I think that's a huge mistake. And you do need to be very careful, and you probably do want to make a second mistake, which is to vol manage and correlation manage, and to cut back quickly when this vol heats up as a potential problem possibly is looming, especially if the vol is bad vol, meaning you're losing money and vols are expanding. And I think that in that particular situation, the Sharp may be giving you a hint and a signal that, wait a second here, this is starting and possibly could translate into risk in the portfolio, losing positions because you have sized up recent trades to using the current very large possible AUM because you've made lots of money. And so now I have confidence in saying this, number one, because it makes sense to me, and number two is because the other Bruno, who used to be on Spaces, and I think is from Italy, he told me this is absolutely true. He said, all bets are off if you're using the closed trade equity, the realized balance, as your AUM. That is another ball game. Yes, you have won on this, Jerry. Congratulations. Everyone else, Sharp is a decent measure. Even the managed futures trend followers, unfortunately, because they're not letting profits run and they're taking profits off the table and they're normalizing that distribution more than certainly than we are, and maybe normalizing it to a point that is detrimental to not paying if you don't pay attention to Sharp. What do you think, Moritz?
I agree. And I want to come back to, I think what's been missing from Mike's article is really sizing and how we would do that in a portfolio context as we add more markets. I mean, let's have a look at three very simple examples. Kind of duplicates, but not real duplicate markets in my portfolio, you could say, are London cocoa and New York cocoa. They're slightly different contracts, by the way, but they tend to be highly correlated. I trade both of them. Kansas wheat, spring wheat, Chicago wheat, milling wheat in Europe, all of these are correlated to one another positively, obviously. Chicago corn and South African yellow maize, highly correlated markets. Heating oil and crude oil, highly correlated markets, usually, not all the time, right? So I have them all in my portfolio. And now if we just say I'm adding markets, which is true, I'm adding heating oil to crude oil and I'm adding Kansas wheat to spring wheat, say, I get a little bit of a diversification benefit from that, but also more often than not, a clustering of risk, in the sense that if I have a position in one market, I'm very likely to also have a position in the other market, and they would essentially add up. Now, I do recognize that in for instance, with the cocoa markets that I've just mentioned, every once in a while they decouple. They have decoupled, by the way, this summer, with the cocoa market in London behaving completely different than the cocoa market in New York. So there is a benefit for trading both of them, and but the way I do it is, I don't strictly add them together. I have a correlation adjustment so that I could trade both markets, but I would trade both of them a little bit smaller than a standard risk size or unit size, so to say. In this logic,
I think ES can draw
my entire market universe, and as
I don't have a
along
setup though,
and add all of these markets, and I'm trying to find as many as I can. Yesterday, Jerry and I we chatted, I think, about the high yield, the
index, trend's up,
which is a iTraxx or CDX high yield. There's a futures contract on that. A couple of years ago, I actually traded that at FC Stowe, and it wasn't very liquid back then, but I gave it a go. It was relatively easy to get in, but tough to get out, so I'm not currently trading that. But if that market were more liquid, if weather derivatives were more liquid, I would love to add them. Obviously, a function of assets under management, how much can I really deploy? But I would absolutely add them to the portfolio, given that they have outlier potential. They will behave different than the other things that I have in the portfolio. They have their own character, so to say. But I would apply the logic that I've just mentioned across my portfolio, so that the sizing works. And the more markets I have, the more diversification I get in the portfolio, the lower the overall risk and volatility is going to be. And that means that I can, slightly increase, maybe ever so slightly, the position sizes and the risk that I'm taking with every single trade.
That's bullish, man.
Given the correlation,
it just is, dude.
Benefit that I have.
Sorry,
and
man.
Therefore,
it just is. You're gonna have to
disagree
go
with
long.
the notion that
Gosh darn, bro.
The result of what
gosh darn
is
right.
is a
I don't want to
lower
go long.
return. It is
that
not.
Is
it
bullish.
is not a lower raw return. We can make the same or even more money.
That's
by
really
doing
bullish.
this, and at the same time reduce our drawdowns. So that is a good thing, and that to me is very clear.
Oh dear,
and that,
I did not
more
get
things,
in. Waiting.
You add to a market or to a portfolio that are really uncorrelated and independent of one another, the better the end result is going to be. That is, it's very logical to me, but apparently not to everyone.
Hi, Jerry. Can I ask you a question? I know this. We only talk about trend following most of the time, but do you think that using the difference between open equity and closed equity to size positions would be beneficial for other kind of investment styles, or is something that you never thought about?
Good question. I think the whole strategy here. See, back in the Turtle days, we were taught some of these principles, and then I had to evolve the principles a little bit more because we were trading so short term that the difference between open equity, total equity, closed equity, these numbers were super small. It didn't really matter. But then the longer term you trade, then these things started, holding a trade, average trade for a year, which is what we do. You have to kind of figure this stuff out. And I particularly was happy that I figured out this cutback rule. So if you do go in and start cutting back, what is a good rule for putting positions back on, and how are you going to change your positions later? But I guess the fundamental principle that we were kind of taught is that even with these, assuming these
It's just
short-term
sketchy,
systems
dude.
that we were traded back then,
It's just sketchy.
was this whole idea of the pros and cons of compounding. And
Yeah,
continuing
you're supposed to. I'm
change
supposed
your
to, but I'm
trade
just
level
expecting a dump.
frequently,
I'm just expecting it to push lower, to just wick
was-
these people out. I don't know.
was a violation of maybe trying to be as treating all the trades the same for a while.
I'm gonna
So
let this
the
trade
rule was
pass.
We would keep the trade level
It
the
is
same
my-
for the whole year.
it is
So
a
even if we were
setup.
up,
I could say that's a setup
sometimes
for
we'd be
sure.
up 200% in
If it wants
June.
to break out.
And so we would
If it
still be
wants to break
trading,
this little high that it has right now.
$1 base level that we
That's a
had January
breakout
the
towards
2nd.
this high. It's true.
And then the whole idea of, this constant bet size being, but if you keep changing the AUM, the trade level number, then you don't have a constant bet size for very long. The algorithm doesn't change. You just input it. You just keep inputting a new trade level. So your trades in the last part of the year are bigger than the first part of the year. And so it's kind of could play havoc with your edge. You would have overall made 200 ATRs for the year, but you lost money because the trades you put on at the end of the year were bigger than the ones at the beginning of the year. So I think it's just the possibility that you can get this compounding, but sometimes it can really work against you. So yeah, I think keeping your trade level kind of constant and realizing that if you have these open profits, regardless if you've got the open profits through trend following or anything else, they can quickly evaporate and go away. And I think it's just a little bit safer to trade a little bit larger unit size to make up for this somewhat artificial reduction in your trade level. Although it's the proper thing to do, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but yeah, you have to make it up. If you don't, you have to trade a little bit larger. And so once again, you're back to this one thing that's one of the most important things. It's in the top 5, if not number 1, for systematic trend following, is trying your best to handle each market the same way as long as possible, all the time if possible, and not make too many changes. So you can constantly bet over and over the same way, same entry, same exit, same stop loss, same quantity, as best you can.
I do agree with that. I think this is the right thing to do, not only in our line of business where we work with futures contracts, but I would say it is true for essentially any trading strategy out there. If you're changing your trade level all the time, your open trade based on open trade equity or NAV or any of that, it is essentially adding
There
a source
it
of
goes.
noise,
That's the breakout, man.
to your
You're
system,
supposed to take a
because
long right
your
now.
system, your
Yes,
position sizing.
I
would then
know I'm
react and
supposed to.
become a
Why don't you
function
just take
of
it?
The daily P&L.
I don't know. It's just sketchy, dude.
Or the P&L over
I
time.
just think it's sketch. Where's my
performance of your
target?
system, which is noisy.
It'd have to be above this high. That's where I'd
Thought
target.
about differently, it's almost like
That's where I'd be.
trading your equity curve.
That is very
the
bullish,
better you
man.
do on any given day, the larger your next position is going to be.
I don't
and
know.
vice
In the
versa. So,
ES volume,
I've never had any good experiences, nor do I know any.
I think the ES volume is high here, and I could see it ranging down. I could see that happening. And I think that it wants to fake. I think there's a lot of fakes that can happen, and I think this could be one of them, and I guess that's speculation. I don't really know. I'm supposed to be taking it, yes, because it is a setup. There's no doubt. So I'm deciding not to. Based on why? Based on... I just don't think it's going to work. Well, how do I know it's not going to work? I just think the volume's high here, and it has access to a range instead of a breakout. Why would it want to break out instead of just simply range? Ranging seems to be less calorie burning for the market than breaking out. Breaking out is freaking heavy endurance, man. That's a lot of work for the market to do. And it's easier to just range. So that for that reason, I'm not going to take the long. And you know what? It might work. It might go up without me. That's fine. I think it's going to go down. In fact, I will wait for some type of push lower, and then I'll be with that. I'll be trying to get on with that. Towards 70s. Towards 73 would be probably it right there. Towards 73. It could break this high and then do something. I don't know. Or it could just keep on breaking up, man. It is an uptrend. It is an uptrend. And this is absolutely, this is gold, man. It's going up. That's what it looks like. Yep. There's a bit of a buy going on. I don't, if I was short, I would be pretty scared of this high popping. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go long. And plus, the risk reward on that, if I just want the high to pop, it's a 0.5 R, dude. That's really small. We don't want that. All right, here's GC. I'm ready to go short on this. I'm waiting for... it did create like a little bit of free space that it did. So, it's kind of an issue, though. I don't think I'm going to be involved. I think it could work, but it's just not a good setup. It's just not. It's just not a good setup. So pretty much all ES right now, and it's trying to look very bullish. It's trying to look like, wow, that looks like it's going up. It could be a trickster, dude. Could be one of those tricksters. Darn tricksters.
Snow Cottontail signed a big old contract today, boys. Yes, sir. Snow Cottontail signed. Alrighty, so the high smashed. I'm really not sure what's gonna happen. We'll see. Coulda went in, shoulda went in, but I don't know. I guess I let my thinking say no to the setup. I'm not sure if that's right. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. We're still in crude oil, and we're just sitting in a bit of a loss. It's not doing anything. I don't know why I actually did that. So, yeah, that does not look good. As far as, yeah, yes. Yeah, it's just very bullish, bro. It is.
Well, we'll see what happens in this half hour. I don't know. I think it's gonna push down. I do. I'm waiting for a bear bar. A big, strong bear bar. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for them to signal me, bro. And be like, yo, you see this? Go short. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for the signal. Big hedge fund for me. That'd be great. If they can just tell me what they're going to do. That is a small red bar. I need a big red bar. No, it's not quantitative at all. It's proportionately compared to everything else. So let's see here. Selling a little bit right after the high break. That's to be expected, but I would also expect some bulls to come back here. We'll see. It's very early on yet. I can't do anything about it. The in profit potential here is down towards 73, 74, 75. Profit potential 75. So this would be target down here. That's where target is on a short. So we're waiting a little bit. It's going to be a tight squeeze here if we would get in at all. Yeah, this is it's very bullish. There's no doubt. No doubt. I am currently up 150. It's weird because I have two accounts and they're not the exact same price because I must have taken one trade in one of them and I didn't do it in the other. Negative $87 versus a positive $350. So like whatever. I'm down $50 in oil right now. Because I went short, and I don't think that's gonna work, man. I have just 6 apples on it. It's fine. I was thinking it could push lower, but it's pretty much the volume is just sucked out of it. There's no move in that thing right now. I think I'm just gonna get out, but I don't really have a plan for that. I hold. All right, so we've got ES. I don't know. It looks like it's going to break this high, dude. It's going to break the next high. That's what it looks like. What we see here is that... Ooh. This looks unfortunately another bullish move, dude. Fucking A. I don't want that. I'd rather go short, but this looks setting up to be a long. Whoa, I'm never meant to break. I want them now. Oh, I know my intention to break. Oh. Ooh, lonely road, but the narrow road, stay line, burns away those I love. I did go long. I did go long. I don't want to, but I did. 79.5. I'm only risking. Risking 4 apples. Only the person you can be. When I'm younger, now I wish I stayed. I'm lonely, I'm tired, I'm missing you all year long. I'm out. Alright, that was stupid. 4 apples. That's fine. That's stupid, but fine. Oh, shit. There you go. Alright, here's the deal. There we go. We've got some momentum here. The only thing I ask of you is to hold her when I'm not around. Only the person you can be. Left her when I'm found her. You are here now. Here we go. Once again. So. I'm waiting. Oh wow, GC. Yeah, not it. I wrote down say line.
Miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find.
Dear God, the only thing I ask of you, hug me when I'm not around. Only the person who can be with me.
I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay. 'Cause I'm lonely and I'm tired, I'm missing you all.
Once again. Hold on. Interesting. Yo, it is forming a breakout, my friend. You go short. You go short. I'm going short. That's what it looks like to me. I'm going short. And I'm going short more. I just added at 0.25 R. I'm short. I gotta focus. So I'm short for a breakout. I gotta play stops and everything. 8064. No. 8063. Roger that. 3 minute. And now we gotta play stops. My stop loss is at this high, which is 80.5. Holy smokes, it's so close. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ticks away. So 8 times 12.5 times 2, because there's 2 contracts. Risking 8 apples right now. Risking 8 apples. That's how much risk we have on the line right now. We're asking for 1. We're asking for 2R. We're asking for 2R, which is 75.75. 75.75. That's what we're asking for. 2R. This is super small. A super small breakout, but that's what it is. 3-minute breakout. End of trend. Protecting free space of 1. Not even. I'm going to have to check if this is a good setup or not. It doesn't seem like it. I don't think it's very conclusive. 8063, zone number 8062 was the last one. All right. So right now, the position sizing's all right. Position sizing is all right because the first one, and then we looked at it and broke out, and then we got in more. So that's good. Trail stop? No, you can't trail stop yet. It's really, you can't. You can't trail stop yet, my friend. It's gotten 0.5R. Nothing I can do right now. Nothing I can do, my friend. 80.5, 80.25. I'm trailing at 1 tick, whatever. Right now, we're waiting for a breakout. If it doesn't work and it's a dud, we lose. And we're asking for 2R here. 1R is where this range happened to stop at. 15-minute. Yeah, we're asking for this thing to look like, whoa, okay. There was some selling. Whoa. Jeez. Like that. That's the reaction we want. It's right at these lows. I'm like, crash through it, guys. Crash right through it. That's what we want. We want it to crash right on through. I'm going to be in long, actually. So if it goes down, I'm actually going to go long. I do think that it's a zone down there, man. It really is. So I would go long at 75.50. I'd go long at 75.50 if we get there. I don't know though. I really don't. This thing's gotten 1R. I need to see a break here of this low before I move stop. I moved it a little bit. 80.25, sure. Yeah, that's where I'm at. If this thing turns around, I'm out. It's looking like it. How much risk we have? 8 apples. Yeah, it's not looking good. Our target was down there. Yeah, this is not looking good now. Not looking good, my friend. It just snapped on this low and just couldn't break. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Could not break that low. As far as volume goes, we're asking it to actually push, but everybody's on this little low that it has. That's crazy. No one wants to break that. And then the rest of the volume's down here. 73s. Then I should move stop. I'll move target down then. Nah. I'm about to get stopped anyways. Fuck. Gosh darn. I just gotta eat the L. Eat the L. My stop's real close. 80.25. It's real close. We'll see if this wants to continue. 15-minute bar printed. Okay. Hello? No, this is not Shelly. No, this is not it. That's not my name. That's my number, yeah. That's alright. That's alright. 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 Should I have targets there? I think you're safe. If it goes down, if it wants to break this low, I think you're safe at 75s. I don't know. Then I'm moving it down to 75 flat to where my target is. So my target's nearby like a 2 or 3R here. So, but it's not giving me an opportunity to go to break even right now. Yes, it went 1R. Not quite. 1.75R. Crude oil is not doing anything for me. It's very close to getting stopped here. I'm just moving it to 80. Yeah, 80.25. There you go. If it goes up at all, I'm out. I'm just moving stop to 80 now. If it taps that high again, I'm out. That most recent high right there. Super, super, super tight. Yes, I know. Well, we're not seeing what I think is going to happen. We're not seeing it. Who frickin' knows? Oh my gosh. Crude oil just destroyed me. Absolutely destroyed me. Out for $120 hopefully here. And I'm out. I'm out of ES. Out of ES. And that broke, man. I trailed my stop, but it was just not doing it, man. It was just not doing it. Now, if it works without me, that sucks, dude. And we lost crude oil too. So we lost this one and we lost crude oil. -6 apples and -$120, so 5 apples. And crude oil. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think that's gonna do it. I think it's going south. So damn, we're just hitting losses, man. Hitting losses. We had to close crude oil on the 60-minute. Just could not handle it. It just couldn't handle doing anything other than doing nothing. And that's what happens. What zone number? 8061. We just see some volatility here on ES. I think it probably cracked lower. Gosh darn it. And we're not involved. Golly darn. Golly gee darn. Golly gee darn, we're not involved on the crack lower. F you, my friend. I was in there. I was so close. And I could have held 80.25. I can't believe it. Double tapped that high. And I'm going to stop on fucking A. Oh, man. Fucking A, man. Fucking A, man. Fucking A, right, man. Why the fuck does that happen, man? Fucking A right. I'm going long. I'm going long with this as my stop. For the high to break. I need my stop loss in play right now, my friend. My stop loss is at 72.75, 72.75. We're risking 3.25. What? 76 minus 72.75. And I'm out. Should be out. Wow, I was fucking short. Oh. That sucks, bro. That fucking blows. That just blows. Gosh darn, bro. I was fucking short, dude. What do? I was short. I didn't have to trail my stop so fucking hard, man. I didn't have to do that. It was working. It was just fine, dude. You were good. 3.251 contract. 163 bucks risk on that last one. 6.5 apples risk. Lost 6.5. I was going for probably 3. That's done, I think. Yep. That's done. This is done. This is done. And this thing is gone like 4R. 4.5R. And it was just fine, my friend. Just fine. Well, that's what we wanted, dude. Gosh, fucking A. That's what we wanted, man. That's it. That's exactly what we were after. And we did not get involved. Why do I ever fucking trail my stop? Just don't ever trail your stop. Then you're good. Then you'll always capture them. Then you'll lose tremendous amounts every fucking trade, though. You'll lose a lot of trades. And you'll continue losing a lot if it doesn't work. That's tough. Daggone it. Daggone it. Dag frickin' gone it. It's just bearish, bro, all the way towards here. It's bearish. I don't even know if it can slice right on through that. It could. It could. 67, all of them are good buys to me. Gosh, bro. That's bearish, man. That just sucks. What am I at? I'm down 400. Yeah, $400. That sucks. I didn't have to lose the last trade, 6.5 apples, which is a lot. How much is 6.5 apples? Lost $160. Alright, so it's just pushing, bro. It's just pushing. It's going right on down. $68. We'd be in long there if it pushes lower. We would be. We'll see. We'll see. 63.75 needs to be my stop. We are actually in. Wow. Okay. It pushes that far. Sounds good. We're in long. 80.65. We are in long. I'm adding. I just added. My stop loss should be here now. Should be at roughly 64.75. Right now the risk is from 68 to 64.75. What is that? 3.25. Call it 3.5 because it's a stop market. Divided by 0.25 times 1250 times 3 freaking contracts, 525 risk, 21 apples risk. Gosh darn it. I have too much risk on. I have way too much risk on. And it's the end of the day. The fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Setup's not bad, but the freaking... Your position sizing a big fat no, bro. Big fat no. Your position sizing. I'm holding on for above 1R. 1R basically. I'm holding on for 1R. 72.25. Has that happened yet? No, 72.25. That's 1R. 72.25. I'm gonna go 72.50. 72.50 to 68.25. 5 minus 68.25 is 4.25. That's 1250 times 3. I think that's target hit. Target hit, and that's 212 times 3. 635 reward, which is 25.5 apples reward on that. I hate to say it, bro. That was a gamble trade. God damn it. We're going to have to do a streak where we're proud of not gambling. Where we get to a certain 21 days, fucking, I haven't gambled in 21 days, dude. I will not break. I don't want to break that. I don't see any other way to do this. But I just enforced my habit just by doing that and winning. I just fucking enforce my habit. Things aren't gonna change if I don't change. There's no doubt. There's nothing else. And how to trade was a no. You took a 1R. You didn't. That's not how you do things, bro. You usually go for much larger. You had no reason to get out there other than you were fucked up because you had way too much risk on. Wow. 3-minute holding level. Outside regional distal line. Outside local distal line. The arrival was a 3. It was a really aggressive arrival. Recency is 3-4, magnitude is 3-4, X score 1, 2, 3, I think 4 to the high maybe. Roomy, protective free space of 1, low. Went 1R, went more than 1R, went 1.75R, and then I'm stopping looking at that. 25% pivot in the zone. Risking 21 apples, I made 25. Went for a 1R. I'm going to say that's not really the setup that I'm looking for. All of it wasn't. I'm going to delete. Take a picture and then delete. It went from that. Wow, isn't that great? Never freaking know, man. Oh my gosh, and it breaks the high. Holy shit. Oh man. That's crazy. Holy fuck, dude. What earnings, I know that, but damn. Fucking damn, bro. Whoa. Where was this all day? Where was this all day? What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. If you held, I would be 25, 50, 75, 100 apples at this point. That's a lot of apples. But I was way oversized. Yeah. Whatever. See, it just complicates things. It's not running the system. This short, great short, and you have to track that. That was planned, and I got out. I just happened to get out trail stop. 7R. I do think my trail stops are way too tight. I can't allow it to breathe to be able to do things, bro. I don't know. 7R. It went 7R. Yes, short 7R, and then I'm stopping tracking. 3-minute. Oh, yeah, and that broke anyways. That was zone number 8063. And that's done. And then the only other one that I had close is gold long on the 30-minute, which I did not break, but it went only 1R, 1.25R, and then stopped. And then I'm done tracking that. That's zone number 8059. That's done. And over with 1.25R on that. Got out at 1R. Luckily. And I was oversized on that too. Why was I so oversized? I was very oversized. Wow. Okay. Well, my position size is still shit. And that's my own fucking choice. BO short. We do have to track that. And we have to track gold long. Didn't we have a gold long early in the day? Yeah, from there, dude. Oh my gosh. We were long from there. It went 9.5 and I stopped tracking it because I thought it made the high of day. I was wrong. Oh my gosh. Went 13R? Wow, it went way more than that. Why? Why don't I ever... It's just... I never know. You never know when that shit's gonna happen. 18R, dude. It went 18R. No lie. It went 18R. No lie. That's crazy. That is zone number 8044. Close that. And that was on the 3-minute. So we gotta go to the 3-minute. 80. 80.44. Gosh darn. What a legendary. It was a breakout, and then it stopped me out. And then it just decided to just do that. That's what happened. Wow. What are you going to do? What am I supposed to do? Never trail my stop? Just wait for the end of day? That's how I capture this? Or take my targets at 19R every time? 10R every time? Or daily ATR away every time? I don't know. That's crazy how not many trades do that. Very few trades do that. So I have to trail my stop. I have to. I don't have to trail it so freaking tight though. That's for sure. This one went 1R and that's closed. That was a dud. BO was pretty much of a dud. Uh, 80.46 is zone, and that's it. That's the last trade that I have to track. That's done. So everything's done. We're break even in one account, and then the other account we're positive $480. I'm one of those trades I must have not taken in one or whatever. So wow, gosh darn, bro, gosh frickin' darn. Is this gonna break the high? Hell yeah, it's gonna break the high. Look how, oh my gosh, it taps. Look at the highs just work. Did this break by a tick? High is 83.25. High is 83.25. There's someone there. Just look. I'm selling, and like it'll just continue selling. It's like a button that doesn't push and stop button. It's like it's a hold. It's a button hold until price goes away from 83.25. It's just selling. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm done. I took probably too many trades, but I traded from 7 o'clock till now, and I took 27 trades. And I'm trying to do my system. I don't know exactly how many were in my setups. I don't know exactly how many were in my setups. I'm going to have to look through them, but there's a few yeses here that are for sure one of my setups that I know. Nice. There's a lot of yeses. So for sure, 13 of my 27 were absolutely in my system. And tell me if 13 out of 27, that's not good. That's not good. That's half the trades may or may not be actually in my system. Why did I take them? Because they kind of look similar and like, I don't really know. And regardless of the result, I have to make it more definitive. But out of those only yeses, only the trades that are in my plan for sure, without a doubt, let's see those. Let's see the results of those. It would be 14 apples minus 8. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a hard one to compute. 2, 1, 2, 1. I don't know exactly. Then this one. Then all these. Would I be profitable just trading the system? And I would be not profitable. I'd be down 30 apples. I would be. So it doesn't make a difference really in that regard. That sucks. All right. That's it. That's it. I'm going to do some accounting and stuff later. And we're going to try tomorrow not taking as many trades. How about that? How about that? Not taking as many trades. Be more concise, even more concise. You were still not as concise. You need to be more concise. You need to make these setups that it may or may not be in. We need to define it, bro. We need to make sure that it's in or out. So we're going to have to dive deeper into that specific setup. If it's not definitive enough, we shouldn't even have it in our plan. We should just ask. I have 4 setups. I might have to limit one if this breakout in-trend squash I seem to be taking all the time. And it's really not really accurate as far as what it's included. So whatever. I'm going to have to look at that. All right, deuces.